What's up, family? It's Mr. Moody, a.k.a. Jeff is Moody from the Jeff is Moody Show, and you are listening to Cousin Ed's Corner.
We love listening to Cousin Ed's Corner in the UK.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Cousin Ed. We're back at it. Cousin Ed's Corner. No matter how you cut or slice it, we're all here together. I'm just here to give you peace of my heart, my mind, my soul, and my mentals. Yes, it's a mouthful. Hey, Motivational Monday. Motivational Monday. Another Monday, another weekend we made it through. As always, I want to big up Mr. Moody. Mr. Moody's Neighborhood, Jeff is Moody, Indian Radio, all the call letters you could think of. My big brother, that's the main thing. Big up Queen Terlin. Most of y'all who have heard last week's show, she was gracious enough to honor me, and host the show for me. So if you haven't listened to it yet, please be sure to listen to last week's Thank God for Everything. So hats off to Queen Terlin. More things to come between her media and her empire that she has going on over there in Cousin Ed's Corner. So without further ado, I wanted to talk about legacy today. Legacy. And I was just thinking back on my trip to New York and thinking about my my home that I grew up in. For those who personally know me, know that my dad sold the house in New York, and now it's being redeveloped with some other development, and seeing it gone just reminded me of the legacy that was there at one time. The memories that you have as a kid growing up, as an adolescent, as a teen, as a young adult. And what do you want to be remembered for, right? What's some of your greatest memories, and what's most fond to you? What will people come back and have a staple and say that this is what they remember you for? So when that time comes, what is your legacy? What are you leaving behind? What memories are you leaving behind? And as I was talking to my daughter this week, I was trying to give her some insight to, the things you do now are things that people are going to remember, right? And it's not only as a kid. As you grow older, the impressions you give people are what they remember you by. And that's your legacy, right? Like, what do you leave behind? It doesn't have to be riches. It doesn't have to be material items. It could be just the memories you have, the memories you leave behind. And I was explaining to her about just me as a person, going through junior high, going through high school, going through college. What will people say about me, right? What will people remember about you? And some of my fondest memories are from Brooklyn, right? Some are from New York, and my friends and people that I've touched throughout the years. As I was driving around Marine Park and going through Sheepshead Bay and thinking about just the memories and the friends and the things that I leave behind, people I've touched throughout all these years. And then moving forward to, a young adult, what kind of memories do you want to leave behind? How did you touch people? And a lot of time we look at celebrities and we think about legacy and think about the Rockefellers and all those are definitely great legacies. And as I get into more of Cousin Ed's Corner and talk about the financial piece of it and insurance and things like that, I'll talk more about those legacies. But I want to talk about the legacy of who you are. Who are you as a person? Do people call on you for certain things? Do you touch people in certain ways? Right? When they drive around and they see something that reminds you of them, is that your legacy? Is it the arguments you had? You want to leave that as a legacy? Or do you want to leave the smiles? Do you want to leave the joy? Do you want to leave the happiness? Do you want to be remembered for the person that you can call on and lean on your shoulder or have a listening ear? I talked to a parent and I say a friend also, but a parent of a coach that I mentioned several times on Cousin Ed's Corner and Mr. Moody's Neighborhood. I talked to a parent. She's a widower of a great man. And I was talking about his legacy, about how his smile was infectious. And it actually woke me up many years ago. For those who know, you from Brooklyn, you don't smile in many pictures, right? But when I went to his wake, and every picture I saw was him smiling, it changed my mind about smiling in pictures, right? At least now I grin a little more, right? But that's one thing. I don't know what he left them. I don't know anything else about anything. But his legacy to me was his infectious smile. What do you want to be remembered for is the main thing I want to talk about. The main thing I want you to think about. What is your legacy to others? Were you kind? Were you loving? Were you understanding? Were you mean? I speak about my great grandmother sometimes, and she was very honorary. You couldn't tell her anything, and that's my memory I have of her. I'm pretty sure I had some other great memories of going to her house over Thanksgiving and cooking and all that, but she was that grandmother, that great grandmother that was just, you didn't want to get in any trouble with her. And that's a legacy to me, right? What legacy do you want to leave to your family, to your friends, to your loved ones? I have a great friend who talks about legacy, and he speaks on the financial piece as one thing, but he speaks on it as your memory, your essence that's going to be here forever. When they speak on you, what are they going to say? It's just food for thought. I give you my thoughts behind Cousin Ed. Most of you may know my real name, may know me for who I really am. And as I evolve into this media of recording, I'm trying to add to my legacy by incorporating and recording my history so you can always go back and see who I am, who I was. And this is documented part of my legacy. I'm also doing that with my father, for those who heard some of the episodes. Who are we? So that's going to be a whole series of who are we? Trying to document not only my family, not only me, but documenting others and who they are and their legacies, that it could be remembered forever. As always, fam, I'm not here to stay. I'm just here to give you a piece of my mind, heart, and soul. Hey, and lastly, my mentals. It's your boy, Cousin Ed, Cousin Ed's Corner. I love each and every one of y'all. Nothing you can do about it. 762-333-2032, 762-333-2032. Reach out to me, leave me a text message, leave me a voicemail, and I will try to respond and put it on the show. Love y'all. Y'all take care. Have a great week. I'm out of here. Peace.
This is AJ Wilson of the Brethren Podcast, just stopping through Cousin Ed's Corner to say this episode, not the other ones, but this one has been brought to you by the Brethren Podcast. That's spelt like bread because we always talking about it and we always getting it.
Thank you for listening to Cousin Ed's Corner.